Hey, you beautiful twin flames, and welcome to Tarot for You 444. I'm so delighted that you're here with me, and I know that some of you are going through a little bit of a rocky road and not the kind that you eat. I also know that some of you are coming into this place of acceptance. So today I want to do a twin flame advice message. And I also want to announce something really exciting. And I've got someone very special. Hang on, I just need to dry him off though, because he just had a bath. So just forgive me for a moment. I know who you think it is, but you're completely wrong. It's not Harry, it's not Harley, and it's not Charlotte. This is someone who's been wanting to come through for a little while. And I'm so excited because I thought I'd lost him and I didn't. I found him and I'm so excited to share him with you. Are you ready? Hold on to your feathers. Ready? Here he is. I'll give you a little clue. Oh, we have ears. Here we go. Look who it is. And he's kind of like Cookie because he used to move, but he doesn't anymore. This is Donkey. Ow, he keeps biting me. Donkey, and you might know him from the movie Shrek. And of course, Donkey is so happy to be here because he loves twin flames. There we go. He feels nice when he just bites my finger here. He's trying to telepathically send you a message. So should we let him do that? Let's see if you can get it today while he bites my finger here. All right. All right, Donkey, you tell me. He's being very, very quiet, unusually, isn't he? What are you saying, Donkey? That he's way more popular than Shrek. If you didn't know, he's way more popular than Shrek. So it's so good to have Donkey here, and it kind of feels, I don't know why that feels good when he bites me. Is that weird? I don't know. He obviously is feeling like he needs to have some kind of comfort here, but it's also comforting for me, which is kind of weird. But you know we're weird here at the channel. Donkey, wow, okay. Now if Shrek shows up later on, we'll all be shocked. So anyway, if you haven't got a cuppa, grab a cuppa. Donkey's kind of here, and hopefully you can't hear me say this, as a reminder of how sometimes we can get in our ego a little bit. And this can block the connection. So I wanted to bring this up today because as you come into your ego, you block off your heart space. So I've kind of said this a lot before, but I just wanted to remind you that with the twin flame journey, if you go back to that beautiful, blissful, lovely feeling that you felt when you met your twin flame and you looked at one another and you said, oh wow, or you were, maybe if you were online, you were typing to one another and you were like, wow, I've never met anyone like you before. You make me feel so different to the others. And that's because you were in your heart space. Okay, so to maintain the twin flame journey, let's just do that little reminder. If we've got two egos, they're going to push away. If we've got someone in their heart space and someone in their ego, there's going to be a disconnect here. They can't really communicate and come into union. But if they're both in their heart space, my chubby little fingers like to cuddle one another here, look. Right? Heart space plus heart space equals Mad sex. No, I'm joking. It equals union, which can also equal mad sex. Mad in a good way, not mad in a angry way. Or making love, as, you know, if we were being proper, we would say making love. Okay. We might have accents today. We may have accents today. I don't know. I'm feeling like divine feminine's kind of in her a little bit alpha, a little bit more masculine energy, and I feel like divine masculine is kind of in his feminine energy, because for some reason we've got a pink deck happening here. I mean, even though divine masculine can like any color he likes, but usually that pink deck kind of resonates to my right side. And of course, if you were curious about the sides of twin flames, the masculine energy is always on the left and the feminine energy is always on the right. And this is true within us as well. So on my left side, if you look into my eye, that's my masculine side. And on my right side, if you look into my eye, just like Harry, if you look into my one eye, maybe that's why he's so masculine, because he's only got one eye open all the time. I don't know. Left is for the masculine. This is why I'm always dealing on the left with the masculine. And on the right for the feminine. Alrighty, so let's see what's going on. I know you're desperate to know about the divine masculine today. So let's go there first. What is he thinking, feeling, and doing? So we'll go thinking, masculine, feminine, and so on and so forth. We may get accents. We may. Depends what cards come out. If it's a terrible, horrible story, we may cry. We can do that together. Wow. Emperor in reverse, bottom of the deck for divine masculine. So he's kind of in control, but there's this feminine, pink, higher heart energy coming through for him. Let's see what's going on. Wow, divine feminine. Oh, okay. What's going on here? Let's see. Okay. Wow, look at this. I told you, didn't I? Emperor upright, Emperor in reverse, divine feminine. Some of you are trying to be the masculine. What do I mean by this? Okay, as you come into your more powerful energy, you know, you might be creating in some kind of way, you might be starting your own business, you might be kind of, you know, even powering through your housework, let's say, you know, I'm gonna do it, you know, ooga booga, like a caveman, right? And then you can kind of find yourself a little bit in your ego. You may have kids even, and you may have to, I don't know. No, Charlie, not basketball today. You know, we're going to leave at 3 o'clock for the, I don't know, grocery store or something like that, right? And so I think because Divine Feminine's doing this organization thing in her own life, whether that's for business or with kids or with something, she's coming across as very domineering and assertive. But we need you to back that off, Divine Feminine. Come back into the heart space. Get out of the mind. Come back into the heart space and lead with your feelings, your feels, with your feelers. Okay, Divine Feminine can be a, I don't know, what's got feelers? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. You know how maybe like a grasshopper puts its legs out before to test where it's going, maybe, and it might just do this kind of thing. We want you to be in that energy so that your divine masculine can be in his masculine energy. We don't want him being too feminine because it kind of puts everything in an alternate reality. Not literally, but metaphysically. All right? We want you to stay in your heart space. Look, even my feathers are... They always do that. Stop it. All right. Divine masculine. Let's go to him now. He is thinking... Wow. He's thinking. He's like, I don't need a firm attitude to win the day. Maybe I'm a little bit off balance. Maybe I just need to work harder. It's this, you know how when chicks get in their needy kind of space a little bit? He's kind of in that space, He's like, oh, maybe I'm working too hard. Maybe I just need to take some more time and think about things, and I don't know, maybe that blue t-shirt could be, maybe I could iron that shirt. You know what I mean? Like, he's just, you know how women, with no disrespect, of course, but you know how they kind of overthink things? Well, that's what he's doing. Instead of going, I am man, hear me roar, right? This dude's got way too much makeup on, but that's okay. We love him anyway. It's like this wisdom has kind of flown out the window for a minute. It's like, well, maybe I could, I don't know, work harder at work to get that promotion. But, oh no, maybe it's not the right time. He's like second guessing, double guessing. It's weird. It's weird. And this is because divine feminine's being too masculine. So he's being too... Wow, this is weird. All right. Remember, with twin flames, there's this duality of opposites. So if one feels really sad, one can feel really happy. If one, and vice versa. Or as well as the duality or the opposite effect that can happen, there can also be that you feel what's going on with them. So some of you divine feminines may also be feeling a little bit vulnerable at this time within your energy, mirroring divine masculine. But it just depends. It's this really, instead of an expansive energy, it's a retracting energy happening in him. And see, it's better when he's expansive, because then he protects divine feminine. So divine feminine may be feeling a little bit vulnerable, but we'll get to that in a minute. Divine feminine is thinking about the messages she received in the past from her beautiful divine masculine, and how committed it felt, and how within this commitment she feels complete. Some of you are in communication with your divine masculines and some of you are not. But I feel like she's thinking and reminiscing about the connection in general here. Beautiful energy. Really understanding that it's sacred. The rainbow also representing, some of the colors of the chakras, so she can feel complete. It's that kundalini rising, it's that joining of energy. Very beautiful. Alrighty, so how is divine masculine feeling? A little bit emotional. A little bit emotional, still moving forward, but not able to manifest as he usually does, as well as usual, you know? He wants to manifest and he is moving forward, but he's kind of letting the emotions take hold of him a bit too much. So it might not be, it might not be that he's crying on the floor about something, if you know what I mean, but he might just be, I don't know, he might read an article about orphans or something and it touches him and he's like, oh, wow, how can I help, How can I don't know, feed the poor, or you know what I mean? If you go on social media and you see something and it, he's feeling it all. All right? Now, divine feminine, we said she may also be feeling vulnerable, but there is some distorted energy here in her. There's sadness here in her, and this means that the matrix, which I like to call the matrix, all right, the 3D consciousness of people, places, and situations around her are making her feel sad, alone, and she might even be doing some kind of addiction here. Too much chocolate, too much porn, too much smoking, too much drinking, too much something. She might also feel like there's a stroke of bad luck occurring. How come this always happens to me? Why is this happening? And so then she is in this assertive energy, Well, F what's going on with them. I'll just do me, you know what I mean? It's kind of like this assertive energy, but it's out of the heart space. A little bit. If you're using something outside of yourself to cope, whether that's food, a drug, alcohol, porn, sex addiction, I hope none of you are delving in witchcraft or anything like that. Perhaps someone else around you is. I'm feeling that strongly here. Don't do that. If you're a divine feminine, never ever do that. Okay, because there is karma that will come back to you for doing that to someone else. Okay? Do to others as you would have done unto yourself, which is actually a quote from the Bible. But I'm not pushing any religion here, but I'm trying to say, that's just a fair call. That's how we should be anyway. Don't treat others like you wouldn't want to be treated, because one day it'll bite you in the bum and it'll come back like you didn't expect. All right, so if you stole a loaf of bread from a shop, this isn't necessarily that someone's going to steal a loaf of bread from your shop. You may not be a baker, but something else might happen, okay? That's karmic, that comes back to you in a different way. So, I don't know, you might have a leak in your roof and it costs you $10,000 to fix it. I don't know, something like that. So just don't ever put a spell on anyone or dabble in any of that stuff. That's a warning for many of you who are around people doing this kind of thing. It's toxic, it's not good. All right, anyway, moving on to divine masculine. He is in his action space, wanting to commit to you, holding on to the idea of divine feminine. Many of them are wanting and are thinking of marriage, in fact. And the only thing holding them back is money, or this locality difference that has got the world kind of a little bit upset, right? Fair enough too. He's all in the fields at the moment, divine feminine. As you come back into your heart space, your divine masculine will be able to be masculine again. He can still be masculine and remain in his heart space. But you're being this alpha kind of energy right now. Not all of you, but some of you are. Because you want to get stuff done, you know, whether that's in business, whether that's in family, whether that's in your work life, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, but you still have to remain in your heart space. You still have to be humble, and you still have to treat others with the kindness that you would expect from your divine masculine, or from anyone around you. In fact, you have to come into communion, into union with everyone around you. Uncle Bob, mum, dad, friend, auntie, cousin, whoever, okay? And if you don't want to come into union with those people in your life, then you need to let them go. You know, if there's this massive disconnect between you and Uncle Bob because, you know, I don't know, he's a methamphetamine addict and you know it's not good for your children to be around that, then you need to let Uncle Bob go. All right? You have to make that decision. And divine feminine, in your action space here, we can see you thinking about divine masculine here, and how loving and nurturing he's been to you in the past, and how you long for this, but you still feel exhausted mentally. And you know why? Because you are doing the whole, I'm going to call it mind control. When you let your mind take over, it's like mind control, right? I teach this in my Ascension course, and it's a very strong premise here, and I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Your mind was only ever created for thinking and problem solving. All right? So if you're not thinking about a problem that you need to solve, your mind needs to go in the corner. All right? Because your ego also resides within this space. And as you let your ego take over, the Emperor is not a bad energy. The Emperor is the king of all kings here. But you are not the masculine, divine feminine. You are the feminine, which means you are the receiver, not the pusher of any agenda here. The divine masculine does that. Right now, you're in one of these emotions. Either you're pushing your agenda, really in the root chakra here. You've got some kind of addiction or negative energies around you that you're letting overcome your heart space, or you feel miserable, or you feel sad, even though you're longing for love. Doesn't matter what emotion it is. If it's a negative emotion that you're feeling, it's just telling you that you're just not in the right space at the right time, and that there's a need for healing here. Whatever you think's going on with your divine masculine, he's actually doing okay. He's also letting people perhaps walk all over him. The opposite energies are amazing here, because divine feminine, you're powering through, and you know, it's my way or the highway for many of you, not all of you. And you know what goes on behind closed doors. You know, you might put on your makeup and go to the grocery store and act all happy with your kids and whatever, and then when you go home there's arguments and stuff, or whatever's going on, right? But there's still no need for this my way or the highway attitude. It's always got to be in the heart space. If you're trying to attract your twin flame union, you must remain in your heart space. Even if Aunt Bessie tells you that you've got horrible skin or that I don't know, your shepherd's pie tastes like mush, right? Don't worry about it. Be a jellyfish. Let it go through you. Not everyone's going to love you. That's the number one rule of life. Not everyone's going to love you. You know. It's the same with anything. You could start your own YouTube channel. People could thumbs down it. People could send emails that are yucky or, you know, whatever. Not everyone's going to like you. But you need to be able to like yourself. And when you're in this energy, or this energy, or this energy, or this energy, then you're not in your heart space. And we need to get you back to there, all right? That's where we need to go. We need to get you back to there. So whatever you need to do to ascend and bring your vibration higher, this will balance out the connection between divine feminine, divine masculine. You know, he's kind of being walked all over right now, vulnerable in many ways. As you're powering through your day, he's having a difficult time. So come back down into the heart space, right? So if he's down here and you're here, come back down into the heart space and let there be balance here. Okay, so your kids need to be ready by 3 o'clock, but you can tell them in a nice way. Hey guys, let's work together. We know we've got an appointment at 3. Benjamin, can you take your shower now, please? Mum needs you to help her out right now, let's say. Okay. It's the same with Aunt Betsy or Betty or whoever it was who told you had bad skin. You can tell her that, you know, she also has the same DNA. I don't know. You might want to cut Aunt Betty off if she's not being appropriate. Okay. It's fine to have boundaries with people too. You don't want to sit there and say, "Oh, I'm in my receiving energy. I'm so loving and so kind and everyone can just walk all over me." That's not what it means. It means that you kind of understand that other people have this path where they can be belligerent, they can be in their ego all of the time, they can be nasty, they can be mean, they control you, they can troll as in TROLL, not control. Let people do whatever they're going to do, and that's how they show to you who they are. If they're being nasty to you, you can thank God or the universe for showing you their true colors. Because you know, by someone's actions, the way they treat you, exactly what's going on. And your divine masculine is vulnerable at this time. And if you stay in this power energy, this masculine, distorted masculine energy, I'm going to say distorted. For some of you, it's not relevant at all. This is only for some of you. All right, we need to come back into this loving space. We need to, you know, keep our chakras in balance, keep our heart space open for everyone around us. We don't just get mad at the kids and then come into the divine masculine and say, "Oh, how sweetheart, I miss you." You need to be loving in all of your relationships in your life. You need to come in alignment with who you truly are. And that comes from source energy, right? So you want to be in this loving space all of the time. And your creator, whoever that is for you, God, Allah, Buddha, whoever it is, right, can see you all the time, even behind closed doors. What you do is known. Okay. So it's like, I don't know, it's like those people that put all their makeup on and do their hair and they walk into the mall. I don't know, wherever they're going, they're like, you know, as if they're better than everyone else in their, I don't know, what do they say? The devil wears Prada. Okay, you can wear Prada if you want, that's fine. But I'm just saying, we are all human. We are all the same. And what you send out into the universe comes back to you. Right? And I want you to understand that, because this is really important actually, because your connection is an energetic connection, whatever you're sending out into the universe, it might be sadness, it might be emotion, it might be anger, it might be pissed offness, if that's a new word that I'm creating for the day, your divine masculine can feel it. This is a frequency too. You're tuning in all of the time. I want to say this. You're tuning in all of the time to a certain frequency, all right? And this frequency needs to be this blissful Ten of Cups kind of frequency, which is your soul frequency. And it's why you and your divine masculine were so happy in the beginning. Because you came together in the bliss, in the highest vibration of yourself. Okay? Now, if you're feeling downtrodden, if you're feeling like something's going on and you're emotionally or mentally struggling, then something needs to give. That is your body's way of telling you that something's not right and something needs to give. All right? So there's a need right now for the divine masculine and divine feminine to swap roles again. Right? If you're chasing your divine masculine, that's also the alpha energy, the emperor energy. He needs to chase you. All right? Divine feminine sits in her waiting energy. As frustrating as that can be. But I promise you, if you do that, he'll come and wrap you up eventually. All right. Alrighty. If you need me, reach out to me. If you hated this video, I don't know, leave me a thumbs down. If you're in your ego, leave me a thumbs down. And I find that funny. It's funny. Just quickly, you know, I've watched many, many videos on YouTube. Some of them have been ridiculous, like more ridiculous than mine. And I've never ever left a thumbs down. Like, I just don't have it in me to leave a thumbs down on anything. But if you want to, please leave a thumbs down, because I invite you to be whoever you are, and that actually shows me who you are. All right? If you want to leave me a thumbs up and make a comment here and tell me how you feel, even if it doesn't resonate for you, feel free to leave it in the comment section. Any kind of negative or low vibrational comment will be removed, however, because I do have boundaries. All right? Okay, good. I'm sending you love and peace and light from Australia, and I hope you have a beautiful day, night, afternoon, or evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world. Donkey is saying goodbye. And Harry and Charlotte and Harley have gone on a picnic today. So I've got the day with Donkey, which is great because we just bathed him. So maybe now we can brush him. Maybe he can brush me. Alrighty. See ya. Bye.